What's going on, everybody? Guava. Let's have a real conversation. And I think I want to redo this conversation through a StreamYard. I tried to get it going on I wanted to do a StreamYard right now, but the problem was my computer wasn't charged, and I don't like doing StreamYards on the phone. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Jewel Black Gun Owners Magazine, Tamika, Siobhan, Lisa Washington, Mr. Freedom. How you doing? Lux, Raquita, Cynthia. How y'all doing? Precious SoCal Gardner. What's up, my sister? How y'all doing? I wanted to talk to y'all. I know what I'm going to be talking about right now hasn't happened yet. But everything that is happening leading up to this is pretty much, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to do my best again not to talk about politics, but I will be using examples because we have to talk about the cause and effect. Okay? Yo, I want to talk about some realization. This is what we're talking about. We're going to start out with this because this is what's been on my mind. I'm going to ask everybody, and people that's coming back for the replay, I'm going to ask you too, so put it in the comments, okay? How many people are stocking up food? Raise your hand. If you're stocking up food, say I'm stocking up food. If you're stocking up food for these rainy days, raise your hand. Everybody that's stocking up food, raise your hand. Even if you coming in for the replay, raise your hand and say me and tell me you stocking up food. Just don't raise your hand. Just let me know you stocking up food, because when I go back and read the comments and I see a hand, I'll be like, what is that? Okay. All right. I just want to talk about reality for a minute, okay? You've been stocking up food, right? Okay. Everybody, I'm proud of you. Guava to everybody that's been stocking up food. Great job. Great job. The realization of that I want to talk about is food run out. You stocking up food is like stocking up ammunition for your sidearm. You stocking up food in your, is nothing wrong with either. Please don't get me wrong. You should be stocking as much food as you possibly can. But stocking food is like stocking ammunition for your sidearm. Now, the reason I'm saying this, because I said this years ago when people used to ask me, did I pressure can? Did I put food away? I put food away, but I did it in a way of just purchasing cans of food. I didn't pressure can, nor did I water bath can. I knew how to water bath can, but I didn't do it. So I would stock up canned food. There's a reason for this. And everybody got on me back in them days because I was, oh, he don't even put away no food. That wasn't it. Because I always had a realization of what really, truly happened in times like this. Your food can get washed away. I said this years ago because my food that I had stocked up got washed away in a flood. And that changed my whole mindset back then. All of it, all of that money, all of that time, stocking all of that food, it was washed away in a flood, and I think that was 2014, I think it was. All gone. So it changed the way I did things. So everybody was, oh, he don't know how to do nothing. He don't know what he doing. But at the same time, they didn't understand. All I was preaching back then in between 2010 and 2014 was skill set. Skill set. Because your food and your ammunition can get washed away in a flood. It can get swept away by a hurricane or a tornado. It can get swept away in other ways. It can get stolen from you, right? All of this stuff can be stolen from you. Your food and your supplies can be taken away from you. The only reason I'm saying this today is because what we're looking at, I need to get, for the people that don't quite get it, I need you to get it. What we're looking at, and you can say agree or disagree. What we're looking at from just a few things that have been done over the last 30 days to our government, we're looking at a Great Depression Part 2. I want to call it the Greatest Depression because it's about to be something that America has never seen before. I will even go as far as saying it will almost be apocalyptic. And I'm not talking about dropping them things on us. I'm talking about the famine, the hunger, and everything. Because I just want to put things together. And if you don't believe me, please, I'm all open ears. This is why I wanted to do it on StreamYard. If you just destroy all of the things that help us get through, you took away all of the things and all of the safety nets that help us through the times when the weather hits, right? When the weather hits and destroys an area, when the weather hits and destroys a town, a city, all of that, when that's destroyed, they just got rid of all of those safety nets that's supposed to swoop in and help. Everybody was talking about that one place. I'm going to say it, FEMA. They're all FEMA this, FEMA that, da. But you know what? I don't know what that was all about, but y'all got to be honest, man. They helped a lot of people. So I don't know what all that weird stuff was about and why everybody was banging on them and talking about some, we don't want y'all help. But you want the help from a man that just took away everything, every other avenue that could help you through a hard time. I don't understand it. Even during the actual Great Depression, there was a few safety nets. They had like soup kitchens and stuff like that. Man, they are getting rid of that. They don't want to have anything to do with people that are disparaged at all. They want them off the face of the earth. All right, those are my own words. But the way they're doing everything is like they just want anybody that's in trouble, or your health is bad, or you're sick, or you're elderly, or you need medical. They want you off the face of the earth. Now, those are my own words, but their actions gave me that definition. We're going to see things like we've never seen it before. And I'm afraid that the food and supplies that you stocked up will not be enough. I don't care if you've been stocking as long as me or longer, and even more. You want to know why I don't think it's ever going to be enough? And you need a skill set. I don't think it's going to be enough because this ain't gonna be over for a long time. This is not gonna be over for ages. I'm gonna say generations. I think this generation here is going to be ground zero. Our next generation is going to be the people that's trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces. The generation after that is going to start gluing things back together. This is going to take generations. It didn't take generations even from the actual Great Depression, because the things that fell through were repairable. We still had allies. We still had people in other places and countries that gave us support during those times, and nobody talks about that. We only talk about the stock market and everything, but we don't ever talk about the people that actually reached back to help America during those times to the best of their ability. That's why I'm saying, listen, there's nothing wrong with stocking up. Matter of fact, please stock as much as you possibly can. Get your gear up, get your food up. But, oh my God, learn a skill. Learn a skill and start thinking about renewable things. Renewable. That's the only way we're going to get through this. Stocking up cans and cans and cans of food, stocking up all this food that we do every day, pressure canning all this food and putting it under your bed, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough, because this is going to go on way too long. We'll go through this food in one generation. I don't care how long you've been stocking. So the only thing I can think in a real life situation, skill set. Learn how to do everything yourself. See, your food and supplies can get washed away in a flood. Your food supplies can get swept away in a hurricane. And your food and supplies can get swept away in a tornado or whatever. Or your food and supplies can get stolen. Nobody can steal your knowledge. Your knowledge can't get swept away in the wind or a flood unless it take you along with it. Your knowledge can be passed on, just like I'm doing now. Your knowledge can be passed on. Your food can't. Your supplies can't. They're always going to run out. Even if you share your supplies, that means you have less supplies. Knowledge is one of the only things that you can share for eternity and never run out of it. Did you know that? Did you ever think about that? Knowledge and game is the only thing that you can keep on sharing, but it didn't take nothing from you. You can share as much of this as you want and never run out. You'll never be starved of knowledge, just if you keep sharing it. I want you to think on that for a minute. Now, actual, tangible, touchable supplies, food, grapes, I don't know, canned food, whatever. Every time you share your supplies, your food, your ammunition, your shelter, something is taken away from you. That's less for you. Every time you share, if you got a loaf of bread and you break it in half and you feeding this family here, guess what? You have 50% less bread. So you have that much less time to survive off of said loaf of bread. So that took away from you, it took away from your family. But the knowledge of skill set, you can keep sharing that. And then once you expire, the people that you help and you share that knowledge with, they're going to eat too. They're going to share that knowledge too. And that knowledge will be passed on for eternity. And to me, that's like having everlasting life. If you were a person that you could actually share enough knowledge with enough people, that's actually living forever. It ain't your physical. It ain't this. It ain't this vehicle. This is a vehicle. Your knowledge is to be passed on, and as much as your knowledge keep passing on from generation to generation to generation, it's like your DNA strand. You'll never die like that. You'll live forever. I didn't want to veer off into that, but I had to say it. I need you to understand that if you don't have skills right now, don't just rely on the things that you've stocked up on. And if you've been stocking up on supplies, I want you to do one other thing, something a little different. Because it's people that can't keep livestock, right? But you've been collecting food, you've been canning food. I need you to truly think about stocking up on things that are replenishable. They're self-replenishing, like livestock. Livestock is going to give birth to more livestock forever. You understand? Things like that, like fruit trees. Fruit trees are going to keep on producing without much help from you. We really need to think about putting things inside of our world, inside of our system. And when I say your world, I mean in your personal world. You need to start putting things up in your personal world that's either going to keep feeding you or going to keep you up and alive. Number one is tools. Skills and tools go hand in hand. You're going to need tools. Invest in tools. Because even during the actual Great Depression, the only way a lot of those people got by was goods and services. Because they had nothing. They had nothing to offer except services. Like, I don't have any money, I don't have any food, but I can fix anything on your barn, on your farm as you want me to. I can fix anything. I got a bag of tools. That's all I got. I got a bag of tools, a donkey, and 4 kids. That's all I got. To me, we should all be stocking up to the best of our ability. This is so serious. And I don't even see the media doesn't even take it seriously. You know why I say the media doesn't even take it seriously? Because they always report on the wrong things. They only report on things that's not important. They only report on things for the shock and awe, for the views, for the ratings. But the things that here's the thing, you will have a problem that they're reporting on, or just to highlight whatever's going to bring the most views, but they don't even report on, hey, over here, they have the solution right here, and these people are over here fixing that problem, but they won't report on that. So the people go and just see the glitz and the glamour and the lights and the flashbangs going on the news, but they don't see that's already been solved. Listen, there are news outlets to this very day that's still reporting on that little man being inside the Oval Office in that argument. Man, that's over with. They're reporting that, like, it'll say like 15 minutes ago. They come on and they talk about that like it's brand new. That's because they're still trying to siphon off the last little tidbits of views off of that shit show. They didn't get it in time, or Social media was flooded at the time, so they still want to siphon off the crumbs of that one debacle. They double dipping. That's over with. So you can't rely 100% on the media. This is going to take you and your family to literally come together and sit down. Shut up. Everybody leave their phones in another room. Leave all your smart devices in another room. Go to the park or something where ain't no devices around you so you can sit down and pay attention to one another and what each other is saying, and you can see each other and you can see each other's facial features while you're speaking to let you know, man, I'm not playing with you. This is serious. And I'm nervous. When my kids see my face like this, they first thing they say, if they just walk through the door, especially my daughter, Dad, is everything okay? Dad, is you good? Is everything all right? Is something wrong? Because they know it's a time to play around. It's a time, man, this ain't the time. This ain't that time. But everything I see on the media and I see on social media, nobody is taking this seriously. It's almost, to me, like they're literally having fun with the information. I've even heard one reporter ask how much worse could this get, with a smile on their face, right? Because they know the worse that this gets, the more ratings they're going to get. The worse that this gets, the crazier that man acts, the more views they're going to get, the more ratings that their company is going to get, the more money that they make for the company. I would even go as far as they're firing literally thousands of people. They are firing thousands of people. If you're a real journalist, go interview all of them thousands of people and let them speak. Listen to what they have to say. Stop listening to the people that's in charge right now. They don't know what they're doing. Listen to the people, because we don't know what's going on inside of those companies. We don't know what they're seeing on their computer screens. Hey, you're fired. We don't know. So we're all left out here guessing what's happening to these people. And we might hear from one person for 5 minutes being interviewed, and they don't speak well. So you're kind of like, well, it's a kind of sign. I listened to a young lady yesterday, and she got fired, and it even had me. She was horrible speaking in public. She was so horrible at speaking in public, especially on camera, I'm sure, that it had me really looking like, sound like you should have been fired a long time ago. And it wasn't that at all. She was just nervous, and she kept stumbling over her words, and she had to keep repeating herself and say, well, no, that's not what I meant. So to me, she looked incompetent, right? Because they putting her on Front Street. They got this one woman that's not a good speaker speaking for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And to me, that just wasn't fair. The woman didn't deserve to be fired, but if you listen to her, it's like, you at least need to go take some kind of speech classes or speaking classes or something. She was in a very high position. And to me, I couldn't understand, how can you be in such a high position and you speaking like that? But she was nervous. She's on camera. The whole world is watching her. To me, don't just let her speak. Let the other thousands of people speak, because there's some people like me out there that'll tell you everything for 4 hours. Like, look, let me talk. Let me tell them what happened to me. And I'm going to tell you in grave detail. And I'm going to go as far as the network will allow me to say without getting canceled. It's people out there that need to be heard, but they ain't reporting on them. They're reporting on every crazy move these people make. This time is different. This ain't 2020. This ain't the Great Depression, and this is not 2020. 2020, the funny thing about 2020 is, frankly, they didn't take that seriously either. Can I tell you, I hate using this analogy or description, but I can't think of anything better. This is the Titanic. What's happening now will make the Titanic story go away. We have a pompous asshole at the helm of the ship. Everybody around him and all his crewmen is telling him, sir, it's an iceberg down there and we going entirely too fast. You think we need to slow down, or you think we need to go left, or we should go right? The captain of the ship is saying this: nope. This ship is built to crash through pure steel, full speed ahead. And you got the little dude in the lookout like, sir, I mean, just not too far from here. Sir, it's an iceberg the size of New York City. Sir, you need to see this. Pedal to the metal, full steam ahead. Matter of fact, go down and help them start scooping some of that coal into them furnaces. We got a madman giving orders. And frankly, this is that time where we pretty much have already hit the iceberg. Now, the question lies between you and me, for you and me. Are you going to keep there and stand on the deck playing a damn violin trying to make people calm? Or is you heading to the lifeboat? See, right now, it's really a true decision of people. It's two separate people happening here. It's people that still believe the captain. And they believe that this ship called America is unsinkable. It's still fools that's listening to the captain and thinking that this country, this ship, is unsinkable. So they're following his orders without question. Same thing that all those flunkies around him are doing right now, right? They see the iceberg. They're getting cold. We're getting closer to the ice. They see it. But they're so blinded by the love of their captain that they don't care. Even the passengers, me and you, are looking on the side of the boat like, hey, it's some ice. We about to hit this ice. Hey, call somebody. Pull the fire alarm or something. We about to hit this ice. Me and you was doing that, sounding an alarm. And all the captain keeps saying, calm down. Yeah, I know it's water getting inside the ship. It's all right, though. It's okay. Think about this. Right now, everybody is panicking. What is the FIFO season? Everybody is finding out and everybody is panicking. Even the people that loved you is panicking. But what is they say? They say, oh, we just going to run over a couple bumps for a few minutes. Don't worry about it. Just like that stupid ass captain of the Titanic, right? He said, yeah, we just taking on a little water. That's okay. You know, this ship is unsinkable. So I need you to understand something. Everybody just go back to your cabins. Go back to your lives. Go ahead, go back and eat. You know, go get some sleep. Nothing to see here. We got it all under control. Ain't that what this lunatic in the White House is saying? We got it all under control, ain't he saying it? We're going to run over a few bumps. It's going to be messy for a little minute, and then everything is going to be okay. Okay. America is taking on water, and I want everybody to understand this. Just like the Titanic, I need you to really pay attention to what I'm saying. Just like the Titanic, it had one major flaw. One major flaw. The major flaw was supposed to be why it was supposed to be unsinkable, right? But the flaw that was supposed to make it unsinkable was the actual thing that made it sink, which where the bellows could just drain the water over each and every wall. None of them was shut off. None of them was shut off. And they didn't have no way to shut them off, so the water would fill up this space, fill up this space, fill up, and it just kept going until you know the ending of that. Well, I need you to understand why I'm using the analogy of the Titanic. Because America is built exactly like the Titanic. America was built with ego. That's it. Ego and muscle. That's how America was built. With ego and muscle. And when you only using ego and muscle, you're not thinking about the detailed things to help people. You're just trying to boast. So the reason I'm using this analogy, the Titanic, with every baffle that was open, it helped sink the ship, right? Okay. Those same baffles that helped sink the Titanic, which were put in place to help make it unsinkable, is the exact same way America was built. It was built with all of these guard walls, right? The House, the Senate, presidential, all of this stuff, right? Judiciary. It was built with all these safety walls. There's supposed to be unbreachable, unsinkable. Right? America was built with those same baffles that the Titanic was built with. Safety boundaries, correct? Okay, I'm going to prove to you right now with that same analogy how easy it is to sink this damn country as fast as the Titanic, which is already happening. Because those same, everybody like, but Leah, what baffles? Listen, the same baffles that he used to get by every one of those judiciary, the Supreme Court, the House, the Senate. He's like the water, and he's taking over the ship, and it's going to go down. The same way that he snuck in and took over America, just like the water came in and took over the Titanic, it's the same way. It's no different. That's what's happening. Sorry about that. That's what's happening to America right now. Everything has fallen, and everything that can happen to America is silently sneaking over every jurisdiction, baffles on the ship. And now we're taking on so much. Instead of taking on water, we're taking on so much corruption. This boat called America cannot float. We cannot stand. Let me hurt you one more time, because I thought about this real good. I've been thinking on this all morning. What was the problem with the Titanic? The Titanic sent out message. Well, earlier they said the Titanic. Let me back up. The Titanic. All of the ships in the area, their allies, were not notified because they thought that they got this. Don't send out no SOS because I don't like them. I don't like his attitude. I don't like that captain. I don't like his attitude. And that's going to make us look weak. We don't need no help from nobody. All of their allies was floating in ships all around them. And they didn't ask for help until the ship was halfway underwater. America. We literally got rid of all of our allies just now, and we're trying to break away from the rest of them with NATO, while other alliances are being built, BRICS, we're getting rid of all of our alliances, leaving us dead in the water with an SOS signal where nobody's coming. All the time, that captain is standing in the ship telling everybody everything is going to be okay. Its body's in the water right now, floating, frozen. And he's still telling everybody everything is going to be okay. Go back to your cabins. Half the ship is missing, man. America. What did that captain do when even he knew everybody about to perish? What did that captain do with his cowardice self? What did that captain do? He went and he snuck and got in one of the lifeboats by his damn self. He kicked women and children out of his way and took a lifeboat all for himself to save himself, while all his people and his crew members and his passengers perished on his ship. And they all didn't have to perish if he would have just said, slow the boat down. This ain't a good idea. Call for help instead of his ego being in the way. Here we are. The exact same story is happening, but instead of a ship, we're talking about a country. And this captain of this ship knows he's screwing up, but just like that captain of that ship, he would die if he looked weak. He wouldn't want to live if he knew everybody looked at him like weaklings. His crew members would look at him like he weak. So instead of having to explain to his crew, like, sometimes you win some, you lose some, instead of him just doing that and getting on with it, no. He'd rather everybody perish. I'm taking everybody with me. Only problem is, right at the last minute, he jumped ship. That's what's happening right now here in this country. And we don't see it that way. That's exactly what's happening right now. Everybody is so busy getting on sides of, I love him or I hate him, but ain't nobody looking in front of the ship. Nobody is looking at this big ass iceberg. We're all looking at it. Stop saying how much you hate him or stop saying how much you love him for 5 minutes and look at the bow of the ship and look at this iceberg we about to hit. Get over your love of this dude. Get over your hate of this dude and pay attention to which direction he's guiding this ship. We are crashing into this iceberg. The whole world, the whole planet Earth is watching him crash us into an iceberg. This is going to hit us just like the Titanic. There will not be too many people left over to tell this story because a lot of people will unfortunately and unnecessarily perish. We're all getting hit because of somebody else's ego. This is exactly what I'm trying to get through to you. There is no stopping this. We're all going to catch flame because of another man's ego. That's all this is a game of egos. This is a game to them rich people. This is a game to them. Let's get off of that. Let's get on this. We talked about the problem. We talked about the cause. We talked about the effect. Let's talk about the solution. Not only should you be putting food away, But you should also be making sure that everything that you purchase can be replenished. Buy dry goods like beans, like rice, because rice and beans can be soaked in water and turn into more beans and more rice. Make sure you have tons of dry goods. Beans and rice can be put in water or planted and turn into more beans and rice. So if you have a 10 or 20-pound bag of beans, those are seeds. So that can be replenished over and over and over again. Leafy greens, grow in your garden. Certain things in your garden, like these onions that I planted yesterday, you eat them, you harvest, you replant it, and it's going to keep on giving you food. Tools, all the tools that you can possibly get your hands on. Make sure you get them and bring them and get them all together, because that is going to be a way that you can get your doggone get your skill set on with goods and services. If you have a skill set like Unbiased LLC, for instance. Unbiased LLC is a crafter, knitter, a seamstress. What she does, and the Crafty Leo and all of the crafters, what they do right now just went to the top of the list of how important people we need in our lives. If you know a crafter, if you know a seamstress, these people, they know how to mend. And it's not just about clothes. They may have to suture you up. They may have to stitch you up. And here's better yet, tents. They can actually make shelter, and people don't think about it that far. They can actually make shelter. They have all the tools and equipment to make a tent or mend a tent. Fix your clothing, because your clothing will be getting worn out. Because listen, ain't no more clothing. If this all keep on going this way, there's not going to be no more clothing coming from across the ocean, because that's where all of our clothing comes from, no matter what you think. We supply the cotton, send it somewhere else, and it comes back from overseas like this with a Fruit of the Loom stamp in the back of it. Get your skill sets up. Everything that you do now needs to be replenishable. Livestock, not just gardening. Livestock. Make sure you get you some livestock. Get you some chickens. Get you some rabbits. Get you some quail. Anything that can be replenished. And I'm only speaking on things that I know right now. I'm not speaking on things I don't know anything about. Listen, pigs. Get pigs. The reason why I'm saying pigs, because I'm about to give me some pigs. But the reason why I'm saying pigs is because one pig is mature, and I think it's a little over 90 days. That pig can be impregnated, and that pig is going to give you anywhere from 6 to 12 piglets. Each one of those 6 or 12 piglets in about a little over 90 days is going to be mature enough to be mated, and each one of those 6 to 12 piglets will have their own 6 to 12 piglets on top of each other. Is that Black's Tropical Homestead in here? Black's Tropical Homestead, if you in the house, I seen somebody say hi to you. If you in here, be looking out for a call from me. Here's the thing. For real. I'm serious at a heart attack, y'all. If you've never in a million years thought about keeping chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs, I'm going to put it out there, guinea pigs, pigs, quail, you really may want to rethink all of that and get over the gross aspect of it in your head. And this is all about survival. If you're not about survival, I am really truly trying my hardest to stay away from people that ain't about this survival. And I'm going to tell you why. If you're not prepping, and if you're not getting yourself together, and you're not taking in some of this knowledge that's being spread all around social media, and you think things are going to be okay, so you're not doing anything, you are my potential enemy. And I don't want to say it like that, but it's the truth. You are my potential enemy. Why do I say that? Like, dang, Led, that's harsh. I say that because if you're just watching all this stuff praying that it's all going to blow away, and it don't, like it ain't right now, just like 2020, everybody was just hoping it go away. Yeah, it did 4 or 5 years later. So what that does is make it so I'm going to keep my eye on you because you want what I got. And that make me untrustworthy of you. And I don't really want you around if I don't trust you. So that instantly makes you an enemy to me. Right? So plain and simple. If you ain't trying to do something right now, if you still have not got the understanding of what's going on right now, if you still don't understand the weight of how hard and heavy this is going to hit us all, no matter whether you love that dude or you hate him, it don't matter. We're all going to get this one. And if you don't understand that, so you're not doing anything, please stay away from me. Stay away from me. Because I don't want to feel some type of way when I dog you. When I dog you and I have to defend myself, I don't want to feel sad later. You understand? Because I do get emotional, but I'm serious. I don't, if you're a person that you don't understand what's going on right now and how it's affecting all of us, just go somewhere else. Stay away from me. Because this right here, I don't want to have to go there with nobody. Period. I don't want to have to tell you no when you like, can I, please, sir, more porridge? No. I don't want to have to tell you no. It's too many, and this is why. It's too many people on social media alone telling you, you need to stock up some food. Listen, politicians for the last 4 years before this dude, politicians in every state was telling everybody, stock up on supplies. Not just us social media, not us content creators. When you have a politician, a senator, a governor, and a mayor stand up and do a whole news reporting or a town square and tell you all citizens need to be stocked up on food, water, clothing, supplies, and mobile shelters. I saw a lot of states and cities and municipalities do that over the last 4 years for all reasons, whether it was hurricanes, whether it was tornadoes, and especially rolling blackouts. They just told you this ain't, when you have politicians literally on both sides of the aisle standing up and warning the people, they gave you a 5-year head start warning. And everybody's like, I've been living in Florida all this time. Hurricanes don't bother me. They've been telling you for 4 years. They ain't talk about hurricanes. When they was warning us, they're not warning us for rolling blackouts 5 years ago. They were warning us then about what's coming up now. I have never heard politicians stand in front of an audience at a podium and give a news briefing of warning people to stock up as much supplies as they possibly can. And it wasn't because of a hurricane or a tornado. Everybody know what I'm talking about because you've seen the same politicians that I seen. Some of y'all love them. Some of y'all even voted for some of them. So you can't say it was fake. So let's be honest. What's going to happen here? And you know what? Let me say this before I go on. I pray to God Almighty that I'm wrong. This right here, I pray I'm wrong. I pray. I can't wait to say, well, I was wrong on that one, y'all. I would love to say that. I'm not kidding. If if this dude some kind of way magically just makes this place a wonderful wonderland, I will eat my shirt. And I mean, I'll be like, okay, I was wrong. If everything turns to, I was wrong. I was wrong. Don't mean I gotta like him, but I was wrong. I ain't got no problem saying I was wrong when I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong about that lunatic and this situation. I ain't never wish I was more wrong in my life. I hope somebody can say, lead always lying. Lying as lead. Lead, there you go, lying again. Lead. I welcome it. As long as we don't got to go through a Great Depression and our children can go on and live free, fine, man. I'll wear that badge. But so far, nothing I said is wrong about this. Because things I've spoke on have already happened. Things I just spoke on are in play as we speak. And the other things I talked about in the future are just the results of what happened, what is happening, and you can't help but see the outcome. If I roll this marble that way, it's going to crash into the wall that way. That's how clear and cut this is. And people pretending that they don't see it. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be one of the biggest downfalls of America. It ain't the politicians. It's the people. The real true downfall of the United States of America will not be by the hand of the powers that be, because they only do what we allow them to do. The thing that's going to sink this country and go ahead and put a nice big red bow on it is the ignorant, uneducated, unknowledgeable people. The people that's so blind struck of love of a man, those people will be the downfall of America because they can't see the forest for the trees. They so busy looking through binoculars, they don't see what's right here under their nose. The people is what's destroying this place. That man can only do so much, and I can prove it. Everything that he keeps saying he gonna do, why does he keep having to go back on his word? On a lot of this stuff, the only thing that's keeping that man from doing all this crazy shit is the people keep saying, nah, we ain't letting you get away with that one. We done seen what you did on Thursday. We saw what you did on Friday. We saw what you did on Sunday. We ain't gonna let you do this on Sunday. No, we ain't letting you get away with no more of that. So every single thing that he keep on trying to do now, the only thing that's stopping him is us. That's how powerful the people are. We are supposed to be the power, not them. They are supposed to be representing us because all millions of us can't just go over there and talk to the doggone presidents over there. We need a person to go, a liaison to go in between us and handle our business for us, just like your bank teller. Your bank teller handles your money. Your bank handles your money, right? That's all these people in power are. They're just people watching over the things that we've entrusted them with. They shouldn't have any power at all. They are just transistors. These people in these high places that sinking this ship, they're just transistors. We give the power. All they do is store the power. But if we shut the power off, there's nothing left. It's just a little bit of power until it fizzles out of this transistor. The president and these senators and governors and mayors and all these people that's supposed to be here to represent us is no more than a damn transistor. We are the actual power. We, the people, are the plug. some kind of way that got lost in transition, and now those people, since they misused all of our money and our funds and our trust, now they think that they are actually the power. But what they're finding out right now is, no, I don't care what you've been thinking all these years, the people said no. And the people are really putting their foot down and showing the power of the people, whether it be people that love him or hate him. That's exactly why he keep putting his foot in that little baby hand in his mouth, because the people keep telling him, not today. You taking this too far. Then the whole world, the whole planet Earth is telling him, you taking this too far, you doing too much. We like you, but damn it, little Timmy can't go to college now because some old corny bullshit you just pulled. This greater depression is already in the works. It's already in the making, and it's snowballing, and it won't be stopped. I'm telling you this. This administration has done unrepairable damage to this country. You cannot repair what's been broken here. This is some antique China shop type shit that's been broken here. Like, once it's gone, it's gone. The value is gone, it's gone. This is some ancient artifact shit that's getting broken here, okay? Because you're seeing, like I'm seeing, every country, every ally is saying, you know what? After this, we don't want no more dealings with y'all, no matter who you put in office. We don't trust y'all. And I told y'all this, the reason why they're saying, they're not seeing that it's him doing it. They saying the Americans are doing it. All of these countries keep saying the Americans. They rarely say that dude's name. They keep saying the Americans are doing this to us. You want to know why they see it that way? Why wouldn't you see it that way? Because the Americans voted these people into office. So this is clearly, to them on the outside looking in, this is clearly what America wants to happen. So the Americans voted this. The Americans voted for this. So we're blaming all of America. But they don't realize it's people like me and you. We don't want no damn squabbles with nobody. I didn't vote for this. But this is what they see. They don't see this dude in office causing all this stank. I mean, they do. But they're blaming all of us because we let this happen. So they don't want to have anything else to do with us. We have no more alliances. Lord forbid, please we don't end up in some kind of battle with some country, because we are screwed. All this boasting that this country does, and we never give anybody no credit. Each and every last one of these battles that we fought over the last 100 years, somebody else helped us get out of that. But we don't give no other country credit about. The only way you find out that other countries get credit, you got to watch the History Channel late in the middle of the night to find out Europe helped us win this war. The Tuskegee Airmen, black people, help us win this war. The ladies was building the planes. We don't find that stuff out because America got this set of blinders on that makes people think we did this all by ourselves. We didn't need no help from nobody. America. And that's our egos and what we've been teaching our children and our children's lies over all these generations, all these lies. Now these children believe those lies to be fact, that nobody helped them. Black people didn't help. White people didn't help. Women didn't help. No other country helped us fight and win anything. So these new children believe it was all done by the hands of just a few people. And those are lies. And now they're trying to burn the books to get rid of all of that history so the next generation don't figure it out either. We are screwed beyond recognition. All over lies and egos. And here we all are about to pay for what somebody else's ego and greed is going to got us into. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This has been nothing more than ego and greed. It's been a lot of fist bumping, a lot of high-fiving, greed, corruption, and egos. That's all I'm seeing. Not one thing have I heard, not one person say in 30 days of what we are going to do for the people. All I've been hearing for 30 days is what we are taking away from the people. What kind of leader is that? When for 30 days, all you're hearing is how bad you're going to be doing next month. That's all we've been hearing. All we've been hearing for 30 days is another 1,000 people lost their job. Another 1,000 people got fired. The economy is tanking. What? And people still cheering for this dude? Here's the difference between the Great Depression and this poop hole we in right now. The Great Depression, they were doing everything in their power to clean this mess up. It was all hands on deck to try to get us out of that hole during the Great Depression. They were doing everything that they knew how to do. Think about this. The Dust Bowl, right? The Dust Bowl. The farmers can't dig us out of that because of the soil and all of those horrible weather conditions. So the farmers couldn't dig us out of that. Here's the difference. You are literally making the farmers go out of business on purpose. You just took all of the funding, not just funding, you took money that you owe them and you ain't gonna pay them. You saying I'm not paying them. They've already paid into this program out of their own pockets. What the government is saying is, I'm not giving them their money back. I'm not giving them back their investment because we're shutting everything off. We're shutting off the programs. But don't let folks play with words. Okay, what these farmers are saying is, okay, we get it. You shutting off the program that helps us. No problem. Just give us our money back that we just invested. And the government is saying no. All that's on freeze. So the government ain't just playing with the monies from the programs and withholding the program money. They're holding people's actual money that they've already paid in and invested into this stuff. All the farmers, whether you voted for him and you didn't, you're screwed. Why is y'all still wearing his name on y'all shirt? He just made your whole family go out of business probably forever. And if it wasn't for last time that they bailed y'all out, y'all was screwed 5 years ago too. And you still didn't learn your lesson. I don't understand it, Lord of mercy. I don't understand it. You know, people like that, I told you I stay away from people like that, man. God told you don't look back, didn't he? God told you do not look back. And each and every one of them farmers look right back at this dude and voted for him again. And now, pillar of salt, all of them. All of them, man. God ain't playing with you. See, you can say what you want to me. You can be a troll. You can say what you want to everybody on social media. But you cannot control the power of God. And he putting it on you. You disobeyed his direct order. You seen that man screwed you 5 years ago. And you dumb enough to turn around and say, please, sir, may I have another? Man, I stay away from people like that because they get you killed. I had friends like that. I stay away from them to this very day. Because them the ones that get you caught up in a drive-by. Or them is the ones, look, them is the kind of people that always got like STDs, don't they? I'm sorry. Them is the people that always got STDs. Because you trying to tell them, hey man, I know somebody that used to mess with her, man. You know, his whole bottom half fell off. Man, leave that one alone, man. She fine. I know. But she fine, but that thing ain't. Man, leave that one alone, man. There's plenty of beautiful women in here, man. Go mingle. What do that dude do? He mess with that girl. He gets burnt up. Burnt to a crisp, right? He like, man, can you run me down to the clinic? For what? Man, I mess with old girl, man. I believe she done gave me something. You talking about the girl I told you to stay away from? Yeah, man, she was fine though. You so stupid. Not only do you take him to the clinic to get looked at and try to get some kind of cure, you see this fool in the mall holding hands with her, walking through the mall a couple months later. Some people never learn, man. Some people just don't learn, man. You gotta let them perish on their own. You know, you gotta let them wander off in the desert and like them elephants. You know, like they do like apes. Apes, they leave their people that's about to die, man. Leave him in the woods. It'll be one person stick around and watch him, but the rest of the tribe gotta go. Elephants, when they about to die, they wander off into the middle of nowhere and go die by themselves. I'll let people die like elephants. If you this stupid, man, go that way. Go that way. Ain't no water that way. Ain't no trees. Ain't no protection. And ain't no food. Go that way. Stay the hell away from me. How stupid do you gotta be to keep letting somebody screw you over? You bought a car from an auto dealership and you know they just sold you a bucket of bolts. But after that car get towed because it break down on the highway, 3 months later, the tags ain't even off yet. You go back to the same auto dealer and buy another car from the same shiesty salesman. Stay away from me when you show me stuff like that, man. Stay away from me. This Great Depression is about to hit us all. It's actually hitting us all now. It just haven't hit us all. It's getting to us, but all of us at least know one person that got fired. Remember back in 2020? Absolutely everybody knew somebody that either perished from the illness or they were sick with the illness. Do y'all remember 2020? If you didn't have it yourself, you knew somebody that had it or somebody that lost the battle with it. That's what this is now. This is, everybody is about to know somebody that was either fired or is highly affected by this in one way, form, or fashion financially. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your car. Guess what I seen? I got some houses for sale down the street. I seen houses for sale on my street. I couldn't believe it. These people been here all this time I've been here. Oh, way before me. I seen a for sale sign in their yard, man. It made me kind of sad, like, it's starting to hit home. Because don't nobody sell houses over here. This is one of those diamonds in the rough that they kind of like give these houses to their children and stuff, right? They just pass these houses in this area on to their kids. If you from Columbia, South Carolina, you know a lot of these people own all of these houses and they don't sell them. They pass them on. So for me to see for sale signs is blowing my mind. That only means a couple of things to me. You didn't have no family, which one house, I know that's not true. That I seen for sale, that's not true. Or you got to sell because they gave you no options. You going belly up. And we're all on that chopping block. Don't look at me and think I'm safe. I'm watching the way this economy is going because we're all screwed. Just because when I see thousands of people get fired, all I think about is that was a ripple in the pond. That was just a pebble in the pond. That ripple is going to come down and hit me sooner or later. Okay? So that's it. All I really wanted to get this message across, if you just don't damn get it, my message today, if you don't take nothing else I said today, my message is, please stock up on things that are replenishable. Livestock, tools, garden. You can keep on pulling these seeds out of these gardens and replant them next season. Stop buying a whole bunch of things that is a one and done, hit and quit. I'm not saying stop. I'm just saying focus more on your skill sets and things that can replenish on its own, like livestock, fruit trees. Look at chickens. Chickens are going to keep laying eggs. If you got a rooster, a chicken is going to keep laying eggs. That egg has the potential of turning into a whole nother chicken. And if it doesn't turn to a chicken, it's breakfast. No matter what happens, you're getting something out of this chicken almost every single day. You cannot lose when you got livestock, right? So I don't want everybody just set, dead focus, laser focused on stocking up just tons of food, because that can be taken from you. Your skill set cannot. You know how to raise animals, that's a skill set. You know how to plant a garden, that's a skill set. You can get seeds from anywhere out in the wild, that's a skill set that you're going to always eat. Learn your herbs, learn the edibles out in the yard. It's getting to that. We are getting to that. Telling you. Learn, oh my goodness, I can't state this enough. Learn how to filter water. I read today, I hope this ain't true, but I read today that they just kind of pushed to the wayside of like waste management. So there's not going to be people here to make sure that your drinking water is safe to drink. Go look it up. Go look it up yourself. So they're just going to be, whatever you drink is what you drink. I don't see, this is the problem I'm having. I don't understand why would you take all of the safety measures that's keeping people alive and safe and well? Why would you get rid of that stuff? I thought we were supposed to be focusing on killers and stuff coming across the borders and stuff. I thought we were supposed to be solely focused on that. How did we go from killers on the border to taking people's Social Security? Can somebody enlighten me, please? Because I don't understand that. Not one time during the doggone debates or anything did I hear that was going to be on the chopping block. Oh, I did. She told us that. His opponent did tell us. People said, that's impossible. That's ridiculous. She's lying. She's gaslighting him. Nobody's going to touch Social Security. She said he was, because it's in that doggone 2025 proposal he got. They said, hell no, it won't. That's insane. See, she's gaslighting. What's happening now? I'm just waiting on somebody to tell me I'm wrong when he said it out his own mouth. It's actually happening right now as we speak. don't just stock up food. Just make sure everything you have can be replenished. Okay? If you don't believe a word I'm saying, go listen to him. He'll tell you himself. If you don't believe a word I'm saying, don't listen to the media. Don't even go read. Go listen to him tell you out of his own mouth. And then tell him he's wrong because I got my information from him. With that being said, you guys, I'm not going to hold you. I just wanted to come in here and just put something on your mind. This is not a game. This is not a joke at all. And we're all about to feel this. We're all about to feel this one. Okay? People, oh my God. I could go on for this for 4 hours because it's so ridiculous. And I see so many people out here. You ain't scared that the prices of things in the supply chain is cut. Listen, the places where we get all of our supplies, he just cut it. And the other people cut their ties with it. So they're not even shipping half the shit. Now let me just say one more thing. Listen to him if you don't believe me. Since he just did this to that other country, they said, well, in that case, you can't do no shortcut through our country to get over there to ship your stuff. Go around. That's like having a neighbor that you fell out with that was letting you park in his driveway. Y'all fell out and he said, you can't park here no more. But all that's left in the city, I got to go pay the parking meters. So, good luck. You should have thought of that before you called me a handful of asshole. Go around. That's what just happened. So, it's going to cost our country more money to ship and receive anything, even if we don't use nobody else. It's going to cost us a fortune just to ship anything because what people wasn't listening to and paying attention to, they say, oh, we don't need nobody else. But you didn't even realize we did because we were taking shortcuts through all these other places, Panama, Canada, to ship our shit for cheap. So now we gotta drive all. Have you ever been on the Greyhound bus? You ever been on the Greyhound? How many people have ever been on the Greyhound bus? Please raise your hand and say, I have been on the Greyhound bus. Say it, or just say the word Greyhound. Please, if you have ever been on the Greyhound bus or Trailways or any of those, what was that double Dutch bus one? If you have ever been on any of those buses, please say yes, Greyhound or Trailways. I don't know what that double Dutch one, that red one. Please. Stick with me because this makes a lot of sense. The reason I'm asking you that. Okay. I've been on a Greyhound really way more times than I care to mention. But I will never forget to catch the Greyhound bus from Toledo, Ohio to Atlanta, Georgia. Listen, that's a straight shot down 75. That's anywhere from 10 hours or 12 hours driving nicely. From Toledo, Ohio to Atlanta, Georgia, where I used to live, on a Greyhound bus, it's supposed to be straight down 75, anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, right? Give it 13 hours with stops. No, that's not what Greyhound do. Greyhound starts in Toledo, goes all the way over damn Chicago, come all the way back up to Eastern Seaboard, head all the way down 80, 90, come back over, dip back into damn Alabama, Tennessee and shit, go back to the Eastern Seaboard, coming down, back down 95 and 80, 90, come all the way. It did, the megabus, that's the one, and come. And then once it hit I-20, then it come all the way across America to hit Atlanta, Georgia. Your little $50 ticket, you would have rather paid $400 just not to keep smelling this dude for the next 2 days. I've been sitting by this dude praying to God, praying to Jesus that his stop is next. Every time the bus driver say, okay, we're coming into London. That's right, we are in London. If we're going to be pulling up here, we're going to be here for 10 minutes. If you are not back in 10 minutes, the bus will leave. So please stay close to the bus. All right, this is your driver. Your bags will be on the side. You hope he get up with his stinking self and his butt crack is half out, been out on the bus the whole time, and you smell the top half of that crack the whole ride. Every stop, you looking at him because he in the aisle seat like, oh, this, you ain't getting up? Oh, no, this ain't me. You know, if this stop ain't yours, I'm stuck with you for at least another 3 hours to the next stop. Oh. Bread and butter. You don't even split no poles or nothing when you leave to go to the bathroom. You don't step on no crack, break your mama back, because you still hoping, praying, and wishing that the next stop is his. Okay. The reason I gave you that is because without having shortcuts through other people's countries to get our goods and services where they need to be, that's what our ships and stuff have to do now. Go all the way around the world, and I can't find my baby. Just to ship goods and services back and forth, that now since we ain't dealing with nobody, we only shipping our own shit back and forth. So we're shipping our stuff back and forth to ourselves, and we gonna pay for it. Why don't that make sense to people? You're cutting ties with everybody. No more trades. All you got is tariffs. And everybody like, nah, we ain't dealing with you then. We just gonna deal with China. We don't need, America got some big freaking balls. They got some big ones. Because now they think everybody is scared of us. We've been thinking that, boasting that crap for years. Everybody think we were scared they scared of America. They ain't scared of us, man. They know we ain't bout it. They know we broke. They know without them making our weapons, that's going to run out quick. Man, I'm telling you, man. We are in trouble. And if you still think it's a game while you sitting down watching damn Wheel of Fortune with past check, and you ain't thinking about going and try to get any supplies whatsoever while these prices is going up, stop worrying about buying these folks' eggs. So, man, forget it. Get that out of your diet. Just let it go. Go get some, while you're paying $11 for eggs. You should take that $11 and go to your local livestock store and purchase you a couple hens. Instead of going to pay all that money for a couple dozen eggs, I'm not playing, I'm serious. Go purchase the chicken itself. Stop buying. If we stop buying this shit, they'll stop doing this. The only thing rich people understand is we ain't giving you our money. That's the only way to make them open their eyes. Stop giving them your money. Now, there was supposed to be a blackout on, is it today? Did the other blackout? I told you, every Friday for me is Blackout Friday. Every Friday for me is Blackout Friday. I ain't buying nothing on any Friday. I didn't just practice that last week. Every Friday is Blackout Friday for me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not purchasing anything from any damn body online or otherwise. Period. From here on out, every Friday, until they act right. Because that's the only thing they understand, yo. The only thing these folks understand is we ain't spending our money. Because when we don't spend our money on a whole bunch of garbage, you know what they see? Oh my God. They don't like this word. They don't like this word, but they can't help but use it. They're waking up. They're figuring us out. Wait a minute. What do you mean we just lost $3 million? What do you mean we just lost $2 billion? That's the only thing that make them stop with the bullshit and say, wait a minute. What's going on? Pay attention. That little dude to make them ugly cars, he was all in the videos, all dancing in other people's videos, wasn't he? Elon Diddy, all in other people's videos. He had got chainsaws. He think he's a rock star. So he everywhere. He's in every camera. Anywhere a camera is, he got his big ass head and he got a big ass face. That man got a big face on him. Woo! He looked like the moon. Like, remember McDonald's had the moon, the Mac at Night moon? He got a big ass moon pie head. Everywhere the camera is, his moon pie head is sitting right there in the camera. Everywhere. But ever since his company's stock done went down by 42%, and people are starting to blow up them little cars, you ain't seen him in a while, huh? Oh, let's not forget, one of his little spaceship toys blowed up. Because he's so busy dancing in the camera, all in other people's videos. Old moon pie face ass. You ain't seen him in a few days, though. Because now them stock markets is starting to wake his goofy ass up. All that dancing around little t-shirts and stuff, looking like Wayne's World, excellent, party time. You look like an idiot. And they got a nerve to tell that little man he need to wear a suit when he come into the Oval Office. That was his damn military uniform. Because he is a soldier. He is always ready to fight. He ain't dressed up in no $5,000 tie to go kiss another man's ass. That man was dressed like that because he's always ready to fight. That's why he was dressed like that. You know what? If somebody from another nation came in their headdress, in their garb, would they have told another man from another nation in his headdress and garb or daishiki, would they have told that man, why didn't you dress up to come to the Oval Office? Would have been a whole bunch of bloodshed around that mug. Let's be honest. You ain't about to tell them dudes that wear them headdresses. You know the kind. You know the kind. Over in the sand. I ain't saying the places, but you know, over in that sand. You ain't about to tell them they look stupid in that garb. You ain't about to tell nobody they look funny in that daishiki. They attacked that man because he had on his war garb. Ready for battle. With that being said, I hate to keep saying it, but it's true. We in trouble. And you better be ready for trouble. If you ain't ready for trouble, stay away from me. If you are not doing any of this, stay away from me. Please, please, I mean it. Stay away from me. You need to be teaching your kids this too. The only way they got through the First Depression is your kids, they're your partners. These is your children, but they're to help you keep us afloat. So don't be scared to teach your little kids how to do nothing that's going on in your house, whether it's canning, whether it's pressure canning, whether it's prepping, storing, gardening. Don't think that your kid is too little to learn. That's why all these kids are dumb now, because we think they too little to learn anything while they looking up at us like, boy, y'all stupid. Teach these kids Because the way things is going, who else gonna do it? Ain't nobody left. Everybody grandma gone. Everybody with some damn sense, really, let's be for real. Everybody that would have told us while they still had the energy that we won't stand for this is gone. The only thing holding on by a bare thread is the people that was born when rap was born. The only people pretty much left is the people that were born in the era when hip hop was born. I don't care whether it was glam rock, hip hop. These are the only people left. All of these 60s, 70s, 80s babies, that's it. And if you didn't learn nothing from the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, we are screwed. I'm not counting nobody. I'm not counting nobody to help me in the era after anybody after Saturday morning cartoons. You ain't gonna be no help to me. Once they took off Saturday morning cartoons and then you was born, you disqualified. I gotta laugh to keep from crying. If you was born after they cut off Saturday morning cartoons and now you can just go watch cartoons on Cartoon Network and what is it, the one that came on in the middle of the night, Cartoon at Night, you disqualified. You ain't gonna be able to help us do a whole bunch of nothing. So I just want y'all to sit and stew on that for a minute. Okay? So much knowledge all of our elders took with them. And we were, a lot of us were always too busy to sit down and sponge up and absorb that knowledge. Because we didn't want to sit around listening to grandma all day, keep repeating herself. We didn't want to sit at granddaddy's feet and sit there and listen to him repeat himself of the good old and golden days. Because we was too busy. I want to go out here and hug up on this girl and hump her leg or something. We so busy, we're trying to be out here and be fast out in the world. We didn't sit down at their feet and listen to these stories. And then when we did, we thought we was being forced to listen to them, so we didn't absorb them. And now here we are looking for the key and the pathway to get out of this mess and get us back on track. And we can't remember the combination. All of us right now, come on and raise your hand, because this almost want to make me bring tears to my eyes. How many people wish so bad that they could just How many people wish so bad that they could sit by their grandma's feet and just listen to her talk? How many people wish you could just sit by your mama's feet and just let her rattle on all night? Raise your hand. How many people wish you could sit by your daddy's feet and just listen to him talk to you? He gonna get on your nerves, because all he gonna do all night is tell you what you doing wrong. And see, if it was me, my daddy would have whooped my ass by now. But see, you got me, and I'm a little more lenient. I shouldn't be, but I am. How many people wish that they were still here just to hear that? Just to give us that tidbit and those tips again, to give us that marital advice, to give us that relationship advice, to give us that game, that street knowledge that you can't learn in school. I would be sitting by my father's foot, writing down every word he said if I had him back. I was sitting next to him with a camera. I would sit next to him with a camera recording every word and every motion he did for as long as he could stay with me, just to help me figure out, how do I help get the people out of this shit? Because for some reason, he always had the answer, right? For some reason, my father and my mother, just like your father and your mother, right? They always knew just what to say. They always knew how to get you out of this shit. They always knew, right? Even if you didn't like it, just try it. I'm telling you, just do what I tell you to do. Okay? You'll see. And you tried it and it worked. Man, ooh. In this day and time right here, I don't know what to do. And I'm looking for the elders that's not here to guide us. I'm looking for the people that got that knowledge, and not just that knowledge, but that strength. That strength, those people said, I'm not going to sit here and hear this shit. You ain't going to sit here and lie in my face and tell me it's true. I'm not going to take that. The people, even when they didn't have as much knowledge as another man, they had the strength and they had the backbone and they had the spine to tell me, kiss my ass. You ain't about to sit here and do that to me. I won't stand for it. I'm not going to sit over and roll over while you sit here and hump me. I'm not going to do it. My father was the kind of man, you better not call him the N-word. He's not going to the police station. He may be at the police station later, but he ain't going to be the one filing the report. Do you dig what I'm saying? It was action. He didn't do a whole bunch of talking, man. My dad didn't do a whole bunch of talking. He was action Jackson in the flesh. He showed you shit and then told you how he did it. He did stuff and then explained to you how he pulled this off. He didn't tell me what he thought. He told me what he knew. And I know you had a mama or grandmama or a father just like mine. And here we are with that little bit of empty feeling in us that's gone, and now the world is depending on us. We're the babysitters of the country and the world now. And we don't have all the combinations to the safe. Because we was just too busy to sit and listen. Get yourselves together, please. This is going to be one of the worst things that probably happened to all of us. Universally. And I know people keep thinking that I'm trying to divide people up. I'm not trying to divide people up. The things that I speak sound divisive because they're truth and they're facts. So people count that as division. Now, the only thing that will divide us, if you are not willing to accept the truth of what people done. So yes, it sounds divisive when you don't want to hear the truth. It sounds like I'm on one side of the aisle and you on another side. But that's not it. It's you not want to accept the truth of our history and how we all got here. If you don't want to hear our actual history and how we all got here, there will never be no putting us together. So it will always sound divisive to you. We will always sound divided, and all the way until you shut up, sit down, and listen to the truth of what some folks did to other people. Stop denying this history that was written in blood. This is the only way that we're going to work together and fix anything. Just admit that shit, eat it, and say, okay, how do we move forward now? We got a lot of work to do, a lot of mending to do, and in the process, we got this dude steering the ship. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody enjoy your weekend. I'm practicing Blackout Friday every single Friday. I'm part of the resistance. I'm gonna say it out my mouth. Resist this nonsense. This is the Titanic, and the only question you need to be asking yourself is, you gonna sit here on the deck of the damn ship playing your damn instrument like a dummy, or is you gonna go start running to the lifeboat? Because that's what we doing right now. You got a decision to make. Stay on here, keep on listening to the captain telling you to go back in your cabin, everything is fine, while half the ship is breaking off, or is you heading to the lifeboats? With that being said, Lev Farmer 73, I love y'all. Please be safe, and please heed my warning. Stock up. Make sure the things you stock are replenishable. Things that can grow other things. Livestock that can have babies and let out eggs, and livestock that lets out multiple things like rabbits, chickens, pigs. Okay? With that being said, Live Farmer 73, I love all y'all. Please stay safe, and you better take this seriously. If you don't take this seriously, you may perish. I know it don't seem like it today, but every week, week after week, it get worse and worse. If you don't take this shit seriously and you don't pay attention to what these people are saying they want to do to all of us, you just may perish. With that being said, Live Farmer 73, I love all y'all. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.